What's up, everybody? I'm Brandon Roharik. I race in the Vet Pro class. We're here at the Carolina Nationals in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and we're gonna do a little bike check.
What?
So right here we have a Standard 125R. I'm sponsored by Standard, and I've been with them for probably, I think it's close to about 11 years now. So everything's pretty stock Geo. The only thing that I have modified is right down here we have a little chainstay dent to kind of get some sprocket clearance for some of the bigger sprockets that I run.
Nice.
Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. 4130 chromoly. I try to keep it pretty American with things. We got a Credence stem, kind of keeping the trail life in there a little bit to kind of go with the whole Standard gig.
Right.
And really the only race type thing I have is maybe the cranks and the carbon rims.
What kind of rims are these?
These are SBW. It's a friend of mine out of Georgia that was getting some carbon rims done, and that's kind of what we've been running with the past few years. So it's a pretty sick weave, kind of custom to what I liked and kind of came up with, and we ran with it and just trying to keep it color coordinated, keep it fast. I don't weigh that much, so I don't really flex chromoly too much, so that's always everyone's big worry. And to be honest, I feel that you put anyone that's fast on any bike, they'll kind of make it work, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a matter of what you like and what you prefer. And I've had no issues, and I honestly just like having the ability to customize my bikes to what I want. Anytime I go to Rick, he's just like, what do you want? And I'm like, I have this idea. What do you think about it? And he's like, all right, let's run it. And then we kind of come up with these sick paint jobs, and this one honestly turned out phenomenal.
Yeah,
I'm so stoked with how things came out.
It definitely caught my eye when I saw it. I was like, I gotta talk about this bike. So who did the paint job?
It's his painter. I forget. He's gonna be so mad at me that I forget his painter's company. But it's through Standard. They have their own powder coater in-house, and it's basically, they kind of put a torch to it from what I know of, and they call it their soot.
Okay.
Their soot overlay, and you can kind of do it with any color, which is awesome. So if you wanted pink, blue, white, they could do this soot overlay. And yellow's always kind of been my thing, because growing up, my nickname was the Bumblebee, and so we've been kind of trying to go with that yellow-black theme lately. My last bike was a camo with, I think it was white, black, and yellow, and it was super sick. But this one, I think, surpasses that.
Oh, yeah,
and,
this is nice.
We were really stoked with how this turned out, and it's riding really well, and looking forward to getting it out there, getting some hot laps in, and get it out front ultimately.
So real quick, bars or standard bars?
Yep, standard bars, forks, frame.
What's the rise on these?
They are 8s.
Okay. And then grips?
The grips are just the ODI Ruffians. I keep it pretty straightforward, simple. I've been running those since, gosh, forever.
Nice. Now see, you got the stylish pivotal seat here, the bone deaf joint.
Yeah, and the funny backstory to this seat is, so like 2 bike builds ago, my friend decided to play a prank on me and put the cheetah print seat on there, and I like pulled it out, and I'm like, honestly, like, we're just gonna run it. Right. And ever since then, it's just like that little thing from him. His name's Paul Thorne, and he does all my bike work, and we just kind of been running with it. And the funny part is, that's almost probably the most complimented thing about my bikes is that seat.
Right.
It doesn't matter how sick the paint job is. They're like, dude, that seat is so sick.
Nice.
And I'm like, I think the whole bike's cool, but yeah, the seat definitely stands out, and I think it just kind of is a touch of who I am. I kind of try to keep things a little different, throw things out there and just be myself. So I think it's just a good accent to kind of my personality and translating that to my bike.
Nice. I see you got the DXRs on there. You got DXR brakes, DXR cranks.
Yeah.
What's the crank length on that?
175s. I tried running 170s for a little bit, but I just found that I didn't have enough torque. Being a smaller guy, I kind of need all the leverage that I can get.
Right.
So then we went with a decimal gear here. Normally I run a 45, but I felt it was a little too hard, so we dropped to the 44/7. That's just a Renan decimal gear, nothing crazy.
16 in the back?
Correct, yep,
Yeah,
16 in the back, pretty straightforward gearing.
What's this one, Renan too?
Yes, I believe so.
Renan, okay, cool.
Yep. keeping it straightforward. And then we have the JW chain tensioners. Can't get any cleaner than that.
That looks so sick.
It kind of sucks that he's not really doing much in the BMX realm anymore.
Right.
And there's just really no chain tensioners that look clean like the ones that he had made. So we have a little inventory that we have at home that we've been running through. So kind of keeping it tried and true and keeping the colors pretty close to the same, black, chrome, and then just the yellow really.
And let's talk about the bragging over here. I see you got a World 5. Is that a World 5 right there?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that.
That is a World 5. So here in Rock Hill 2 years ago, ended up with world number 6, but everyone kind of had put an asterisk on that race just because, you know, we raced 3 laps and then they gave us our world plate. We didn't get to go through the qualifying rounds, all of that. But at the end of the day, I raced every single race as if it was my last because I knew there was a potential for rain. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do what I can and see what happens. And then so I ended up with World 6. So then that kind of lit a fire under me because everyone was like, it's kind of sort of world plate. And that was in Masters. So then I went to Copenhagen last year, race Masters, and came out with world number 5. Truthfully, through my qualifying rounds, I felt that I was in contention to be a winner there. Like I was winning my laps. I was, you know, having really good hill times, having good first straights. And then come main time, I just was ready to lock in, and I kind of had it in my head. I was like, I'm going to keep running with gate 7. I was just ripping out of gate 7. And really the one big factor was Corey Frieswick, who ended up winning world number 1 in Masters. He decided to go 8. And that kind of threw a monkey wrench in my whole plan because I was opening up after the first jump and really accelerating. But he just had that little bit on me throughout the day that he was able to kind of shut me down. And that like bumped me over on the first jump. And then I bumped into lane 6 and then it kind of just took me backwards. And I just kind of rode 5th place the whole lap, which kind of stunk because I truly felt that I had more in the tank than a World 5. But ultimately, I was just really motivated for that race because I just wanted to show everyone it wasn't an asterisk and that like I earned this world plate. So we're planning on taking it to Australia, defending the World 5 and bumping it up to a World 1 this year, hopefully. That's the big goal, and I definitely don't see that it's out of my reach. Feeling pretty good, kind of starting the season here in Rock Hill and just trying to carry the momentum up until Worlds, really.
Awesome. Well, we're going to be looking out for that, man.
Yeah, man.
Good luck this season, and awesome bike. Shout out to Rick, and man, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and we'll see all you guys out on the track. All right, guys, that was my bike check of my standard 125R. I'm Brandon Roharik. You can check me out in the Masters class and hit up sugarcane.com.
Yeah. Say back to you, Billy.
Back to you, Billy.
1.